Okay.
Hey, Scott. So I was recording the video, inviting people to just like be part of our mastermind group, and then you called me, which is, it sounds staged, but is actually a true story.
What a
So
coincidence.
crazy, I know. And you look radiant, by the way.
So
It's
do
like
you.
oh, I thank you. Anyway, I'm driving home from my job, and I'm super excited about this mastermind we're getting together. And I just wanted to let's just talk briefly about you, who you are, what you do, and how being part of a mastermind, not only with me, but with Billy, and this kind of this iron sharpening iron effect that it's had on you and your business. So what do you do?
Well, I have a relationship coaching business with my wife and a business coaching business with a couple other partners. So I spend all my time coaching people, and my particular expertise is in relationships, whether, business or marriage or people that are just working on their own stuff. So I'm always coaching people on being the best person they can be.
Okay. And what type of products and services had you created in the last few years?
In the last few years, I've been particularly focused on the marriage architects business, and we have created a retreat with a workbook. We put some online courses on, like a 30-day online course to improve your marriage, 5-day virtual workshop to improve your marriage. We've done workshops, weekend workshops, and then basic coaching packages. Typically our clients in the coaching packages are kind of business owners, kind of high-end, high-issue, high problem, and they've got a lot of stuff to work on, and they invest a lot of time and money with us, and we walk very closely with them in our coaching.
And prior to, what led you to start meeting with Billy and I on a regular basis?
Well, Billy and I were having a conversation one day, and I was talking to him about what I was really excited about, getting ready to launch a or not launch a mastermind program, but to invest in a mastermind training. I have a background in mastermind groups in the CEO roundtable space, and I was looking at the Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins training, and I was excited about that, and looking at all the bells and whistles that they were promising, and it included something like a funnel. And at that time, I didn't have all the vernacular behind it, but I knew it had a landing page and a sales process to it. And then he was saying he's been looking into ClickFunnels with you, and then we said, hey, we should join forces on this stuff.
With our forces aligned. And what type of success did you experience before you had implemented funnels and the sales psychology that comes along with funnels? Because it's not just building a sales funnel, right? Anybody can build a website, and then once you learn about funnels, there's some differences in the architecture of a website versus sales funnel. But a lot of people can build them, but the psychology behind them and how you populate them with information and draw the customer through it. Before you started learning about all this, and through talking with us together and on your own, and as part of this organic mastermind that you, Billy, and I have created, like, what type of success did you have selling your stuff and your services before you implemented funnels?
Well, it's embarrassing to answer that question, because I feel like I have a lot more failure to speak of than success. I know a lot of stuff of what not to do. I've tried different online programs, different landing pages, blogging, posting on socials, begging and pleading people to take our program, giving it away.
Please.
What?
Please let me help you.
Yeah. And I mean, I have background in sales and marketing in the business coaching realm. I'm aware of, I used to work in online marketing and pay-per-click and all that stuff. And so I tried all that stuff, but really didn't have huge success in anything that was predictable and repeatable. The only thing that was keeping the business floating was, our coaching clients that were investing a lot of money in us and the work we were doing with them on a one-on-one basis. But what I was really missing, when I say I didn't have any success, I just couldn't figure out how to get something duplicatable that would work regardless of if I was, on the phone with people or doing all that work myself.
Yeah. So we started talking. I'd taken Russell Brunson's One Funnel Away challenge. I learned how to build a funnel, but I didn't really have a product that I could apply into the funnel, or I didn't have time to develop one. Let me put it that way. I work full time. I have 3 kids, and but I understood the architecture and the philosophy needed to implement a funnel. So I started working with you and basically extracting your knowledge and taking the content you've already created, and we put it into a funnel. And what's that funnel called?
It's the URL is yourpeacefulmarriage.com.
So how has that funnel helped grow your business and bring leads in and start conversations and something that you can offer to people for free just to pull them, your ideal client, into your atmosphere, if you will?
Well, it's converting really well. We had quite a dry spell for months as far as bringing on new business. And within, I don't know, a few weeks, I think it was, of it going live, we had another high-end client come on board. We had lots of other people go through the funnel, but that high-end client is really what started, it was really a catalyst for our business to start growing again after being stagnant for a bit. So that was huge success. I want to just mention, though, that the process of you extracting that information to put into a funnel was it was a great experience, because it was very therapeutic, because as we talked about, I had worked on over the last few years all this stuff that I felt like was not working. And I put it, I'd create something and I put it on the shelf, create something, it wouldn't work, put it on the shelf. And so I had all this creation, all this content, all these programs that were just collecting on dust on the shelf. And I felt horrible about that stuff. And one of the first wins was just the ability to have all of that, basically 3 years of creation, go into this funnel to make a really robust funnel with lots of offer. And that was huge. I mean, to me, that was more important than everything else. Not that the other stuff wasn't important. Getting things rolling again was really important, but that just felt so good. It was such a good feeling to be able to capture all that stuff again.
And I haven't known you forever. We haven't been friends from birth. Billy, I mean, I feel like I've known you forever now. Billy, the third man of this trifecta, we've been best friends since middle school. And Billy's been friends with you for a long time, so he introduced us about 6-8 months ago. I guess we met a long time ago, but that doesn't matter. But we really started engaging in relationship about 6-8 months ago. And it was cool how the funnel has not made you $1 million. Let's just be blunt about this. This is no 7-figure funnel yet. But the process, what I've seen in you, being able to extract that information has really proved to yourself again that what you have to offer the world is valuable. And as a result, you're publishing again. And through just talking and this knowledge extraction process, and I have this idea, I have this product, well, here's how it could plug into here. I feel like it's begun a catalyst just to wake you up again, to give you the belief that you have something to offer the world, that you can help change people's lives. And I know you knew that deep down inside, but having people interact with your content again, I mean, what has that done to your spirit?
Jeez. The truth is, when we started talking about this, I mean, when you started extracting information out of my head, I wasn't even thinking about the marriage stuff. I mean, to me, it was almost dead. And that's really a powerful thing to think about as we're reflecting about it. It was at least on the back burner, if not totally given up on, when we started talking. And as I'm talking about the marriage architect business, I don't know if you remember this, but when we started talking, I was all about, I'm just working on my wife's business. I got to help her get her business up and running and automate some of her stuff. And the baby that I've been working on for the last 3 years, I was not even thinking about building it when we got together. And then when we talked about, hey, let's do a funnel, I was thinking about, I'll get the business coach stuff running, right? And you're like, well, relationships are a really big thing right now. So you just like, even though I wasn't even showing up in a way of like, let's do this, you just extracted that and put it together, and you did. You made me fall in love with this thing again. We got a fantastic client that we're still working on today that has transformed. They're a raving fan. They're sending referrals to us all the time. My spirits have been lifted like crazy, and out of it, we've launched a new program, the Awaken Man program, which is a focus on masculinity. I mean, all of that stuff. There's a lot.
Scott, you got your masculinity back.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, there's so much I could go into about the healing journey that I've been on as a result of this, which is just a crazy thing to think about. When we're talking about ClickFunnel, right? But for me personally, I've experienced so much healing and growth, and things are not all together yet, I mean, but I'm on the right path, and I didn't even know this path was there for me when we started.
For me, I feel like funnels have brought so many dead ideas to life. I'm an idea guy, and I have talked your ear off for hours just rattling off ideas, and you bring me back. So just this community, and I wish Billy was on the phone too, because he could speak to it as well, because Billy reins me in, and I'm an idea guy. And with funnels, in literally 30 minutes and a few clicks, I can implement an idea and bring it to the world. And that has given me so much energy, so much excitement, to the fact where I am literally on my way home from work after I've been working all day, and all I want to do is talk about funnels. All I want to do is talk about, Scott, how do we get your idea out to the world? Scott, what ideas do you have to help me get my idea out to the world? Scott, here's what I've been learning in Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets book. Oh, gosh, I just heard this podcast where Russell talked about blah, 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 and it's totally the key and the secret to this. I'm like, it's just given me so much hope. It's given me so much belief that my ideas can come to fruition. They can come to reality. And it's because really I've done a few things, and this is what I'm asking people to do. You're watching this, you're interested in this mastermind group. This is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to commit to be a student, because I committed for about 6 months just to learn this marketing thing, just to learn about funnels, learn the psychology, get over that little learning curve. And once you get over that learning curve, like, you can see clearly now. Like, I get it. I understand. You can look at a business and see why it's not profitable. You can look at somebody and see why they are profitable. You got to commit to being a student. You have to commit to execute. When you learn something, you have to put it into practice. And what am I harping on you all the time to do, Scott? Execute. What did I make you do today? What did you do today that I prompted you to do?
I got a video up, published.
He posted content to his Instagram story, which gave an offer to do a free relationship coaching session. And I'm not saying Scott's lazy, but I don't know if he would have posted that if I hadn't been pushing on him. So, and that plays into my third thing. You have to commit to be part of a community, and you have to allow yourself to teach and allow yourself to be taught. and be held accountable by each other, because you're holding me accountable to stay on track. Caleb, execute what you're working on. And I'm all over the place. And I'm like, Scott, execute what you're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Billy, execute what you're working on. Work the plan.
Yep.
Focus on one course until successful. Focus
Right.
on one course until successful. And this mastermind that we've created, just organically between the three of us, we are focusing on one thing, one course until successful. But each of our courses are individual. They're different. And I'm in some different place 6 months ago because of this journey that I've been on, being committed to being a student, committing to executing and holding myself accountable, and committing to be part of a community. So,
If I could
Scott,
just,
I'm excited for the journey that you're on. Go ahead.
let me just add there, because another thing that the mastermind does is um, every week we get together and we go and we execute, and then as we execute we run into issues and problems. And I think this to me is where the value of it beats every other point you can possibly make, because you can go do a ClickFunnels on your own. It's not rocket science, right? I could go and do the research. It would take me so much longer than it does working with you, of course. But what's the most valuable is every time I come to, like, I run into a roadblock. Like I texted you guys over the weekend, I'm struggling. Like I know I need to post this, but it's just life is happening, right? I'm not getting it there, but you were encouraging me, and you were pushing me. Last week, I came to the group with a challenge, a problem, saying, hey, I'm in my sales cycle. I keep running into this thing. It's like, it's all or nothing, and I don't have anything to do if they say, no, I'm not interested in my mastermind. And you guys said, Joel, you need a downsell. And I'm like, oh yeah. And you guys helped me like spell out what that downsell is. And every week there's challenges that are being solved like easily. And I would never think of any of that stuff on my own, or at least it's a lot faster, a lot more efficient with you guys.
It's a shortcut, and you know what? It's more fun.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, it is so much more fun. I've been an entrepreneur since 12, and it's really this last iteration has been the most fun because it's been in the context of community. And with technology, I mean, like, it's not complicated. We get on a Zoom call every Wednesday morning at 6:30, and we talk for an hour, and we just hash it out. All right? So we got to wrap this up. I'm almost home. You're a busy man with a beautiful family. The call to action is just apply. Like, just apply. Put your info in the little sidebars. Apply and do the homework. Because it's going to be work. This is not a freebie. This is not a free pass, and it's not free. Plain and simple. Okay. Are you going to get 100 times out of it more than? No, that's a bad way to put it. Are you going to get a return on your investment? I hope so. There's no promises. There's no guarantees. But there's no promises. There's no guarantees in life. But we're going to be committed to you. We're going to be committed to each other. And we're all going to win. And we're all going to experience a journey and a transformation that 6 months from now, 1 year from now, we're going to look back and say, man, I'm glad I started.
That's right.
So put your info in the little sidebar, and we'll hope to see you on a call very soon. Any other thoughts, Scott?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I need to get one of those lights so I can have your same complexion. It's amazing.
Like, I'm stopping.